How's it going? And happy New Year's, guys. This is my first video of 2023, which is a little unfortunate because at the end of 2022, I posted 2 videos that did really well for my channel, and I gained a ton of subscribers, and then I just didn't post more content for a month. But that's because I was in Miami for the holidays and for New Year's, but I am back in New York and ready to continue to make content in 2023. So if you don't know me, my name is John Fernandez. I'm a street photographer and videographer here in New York City. Pretty much this channel is just about, a channel to talk about photography and things that I love. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you do subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in 2023. But at the end of last year, I made 2 videos talking about a camera, and that camera is the Ricoh GR3X. And those 2 videos did really well, and I'm still loving this camera. I took it to Raleigh, North Carolina, where I was shooting a esports event, and I used this with me every day for some street photography. And I took it with me to Miami, and I've been doing photo walks here in New York with it, and just day-to-day photography with the Ricoh has been absolutely incredible. And so I made 2 videos kind of talking about the Ricoh and comparing it to other cameras. But in this video, I kind of wanted to just make a short version of 3 reasons why I think you should buy a Ricoh GR3X or GR3, depending on which focal length you want. So stick around in this video. I'm gonna try to keep it brief, 3 points, that's it. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Enjoy the video. So the first reason why I think you should buy this camera is the obvious reason. It is really, really small, and it is actually very pocketable, and it has great image quality for its size. And so in one of those last videos, somebody commented how it's funny, or they think it's funny that people call this a pocketable camera because who actually puts cameras in their pockets? I literally put this in my pocket every day, okay? Like, people put this in their pocket. I saw a couple of Reddit posts as well of people talking about people who pocket their cameras are so stupid, but this camera actually is very pocketable. And compared to other compact cameras, this actually does feel compact. And so one of my videos, I could sort of make comparisons to the X100V that I've since then have sold. If you really want a camera that you're gonna take with you everywhere, and it gives you the best chance and ability to take with you everywhere, I promise you, I will stand by this. This is the camera you want to take. I'm not saying that it is the best camera or a better camera than Leica or a Fujifilm or other fixed lens compact cameras, but what I am saying is portability wise, I promise you this beats them all. The second reason why I think you should buy a Ricoh GR3 camera is if you want to remain incognito and low-key when you're doing street photography. And this is something this year, one of my goals in my street photography and something I want to work on and improve on is actually taking photos of people and their faces. Last year, my sort of style last year relied heavily on high contrast shadows, and sort of getting creative where I wasn't always shooting very directly in front of somebody's face. This year I want to change that. I want to shoot a little bit more of that, a little bit more of a documentary, like portrait style, which I do believe this camera is going to help me do, because me pointing this camera in front of your face is a lot less intimidating than pointing my Canon R6 in front of your face. And I think people are going to feel less threatened, meaning I am going to feel more comfortable shooting with this. Even just a couple of days ago, I went on my first photo walk in New York of the year, and I was focused on really just hanging around a few street corners. And as people were walking by, kind of getting in their face a little bit and snapping some photos. I'll put them on the screen, not the best photos, but people are looking at this camera, people are making eye contact with the camera, and they know I'm taking a photo of them. And I had no issues and no one cared, and I felt very comfortable just sort of doing that style of street photography with this camera. And so if you're someone like me who sort of gets a little shy on the street and you kind of want to blend in, look like a tourist, I promise you can do that with this camera. What's also really good, you have the snap focus feature, which what I was trying to do, I did miss a few times, but a lot of these photos, I wasn't even looking at the subject. I was just kind of pointing the camera off to the side like this, doing the snap focus and getting good shots that way as well. And the third reason why I think you should buy this camera is a little bit more personal, a little bit more abstract or subjective, but if you're feeling uninspired and you want to get inspired and you want to shoot with something a little different, highly recommend picking this guy up. I was shooting pretty much my entire photography career. I've been shooting on a mirrorless DSLR, like a Sony A7 or this Canon R6. and I was feeling uninspired. And especially now that I'm doing street photography, this is definitely the move for me. And since I've picked it up, I have shot a lot more. I have felt a lot better about my street photography. I felt much more inspired. And every single time I see this camera sitting on the shelf, maybe it's just a honeymoon period, but I really look at it and it motivates me to shoot. Especially now that I'm able to take this with me everywhere, I feel very motivated and inspired on a daily basis to take photos. For whatever reason, it's just a really fun camera to use. Something about these style of cameras versus a big DSLR like my Canon, it's just really inspiring, really motivating, especially when it comes to street photography. There's something about it that feels like very pure, if that makes sense. And that's gonna do it for this video. Those are the 3 reasons why personally I think you should buy the Ricoh GR3 or GR3X. There's several other reasons I could have said, but those are probably the 3 main ones that kind of stuck out to me so far while using this camera. I am going to make a video saying 3 reasons why I don't think you should buy a Ricoh GR3. And pretty much it's just who do I think this camera is not for. And so keep an eye out for that video and have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.